want you to think about there's another young woman who played ball growing up who these little girls look up to, and maybe she has an idea to start a program, but doesn't really know how to structure it or shape it. So, can you share how did you decide on the structure and what happens during the program?
Well, it's funny because like aside from basketball, I love learning about like mindset and because I feel like your mindset dictates your entire life. And I feel like they almost go hand in hand. Um and so I love reading books on like growing your mind and just I love to learn a lot. So I wanted to figure out a way I can combine both of those aspects, the sports aspect and the mindset aspect. And so I created Bright Female Ballers where I meet with the kids. But this year I ran the program twice a week. I ran it on Mondays and Fridays because those were days that had low attendance. And so I wanted to see if I like the impact I had in the school and if attendance would be a little bit higher on those days moving forward with me being in the building. Um, and so I ran the program Mondays and Fridays. On Mondays, we would meet and we would play basketball in the gym. I would help the girls work on like jump shots and we would play like simple games. And then on Fridays, we would meet in a classroom and we work on our mindset. And it's like completely different in a sense. And in the classroom, we discuss things like confidence. I feel like, especially with teenage girls, sometimes they lack a little confidence. We all lack a little confidence
Mhm.
sometimes. And so I just like to go in the room and remind them of who they are and what they're capable of. And so I would meet with them in the classroom on certain days, in the gym on other days. In the classroom, we would also journal. And so our last journaling session, I had them like write a letter to themselves. And so I wanted them to talk about themselves in the future as if they've already accomplished it. So I wanted them to write like, I am so proud of myself that I graduated high school and now I got my first A in college. And I wanted them to write because I'm trying to teach them like your subconscious mind matters. And you have to like believe it before it even happens for to allow room for it to happen to begin
Mhm.
with. So yeah, our last session, we wrote a letter to ourselves, our future selves, and in 6 months, I'm gonna mail them back their letters to their house. They put like an address on an envelope for me, and then I'm gonna mail in 6 months their letter back to themselves so that they can now in 6 months, Coach Jazz is back, and they could open their letter, reflect, and see how far they've come.